What's up, party people? It's KeysDAN with RadioWhat.com, DJLittleRock.com, coming to you live and in living color from the Radio What studios. And this is my podcast, What Makes You Famous? It's an extension of the RadioWhat.com internet radio station that I've been running for quite some time. And if you need DJ services, where do I always send you? DJLittleRock.com. One more time, DJLittleRock.com. Check availability and get a free price quote, and maybe you could have me at your next event. You know I like to party with the people. The people need to be entertained. Are you not entertained? Let me entertain you. Oh my goodness. Speaking of entertainment, I had a wedding last weekend. So good. So great. I was at the Benton Event Center. I love weddings. I got to say it. I do. I enjoy being at people's weddings and giving them, doing my very best to give them the very best day. And of course, with the caterers and the photographer and the videographer and the other people that are involved, the florist, the cake, bouquet, the event center itself, all these people come together and make a great day. Oh my goodness. Oh, and speaking of entertainment as well, today on the program, I have Tim Steinruck. Oh yeah. You remember Tim Steinruck. He was here in March and he told, his life story, and he told about all the various projects he's in, the Mighty One, the Legs Tribute Band, the Big Records, the Pearse Media Group, and RiseUPtv. I think we're going to talk a little bit more about RiseUPtv and what's going on with Tim Steinruck right now, these days, now, if you will. And we'll get to know a little bit more in the next few minutes. So stick around. Let's see, this week's shows. Ooh, I have two public shows this week. I'm at the RAB in Conway, Arkansas, my usual Friday night gig from 8 p.m. until 12:30 in the a.m. The Video Dance Party Karaoke Jam. Yes, I said karaoke. You're the stars of the show. We got a stage. We got a dance floor all lit up. Oh, my goodness. And a full bar, kitchen's open, pool tables, pool tournament on Friday nights. If you want to try your hand at playing pool and possibly make some money while you're doing it, come on out to the RAB. The pool players like to sing, the singers like to play pool, and everybody's having drinks and having some good food, delicious food, and doing some dancing. Oh my goodness, I'm so happy to be at the RAB. Almost about 48 weeks out of the year, somewhere around there out of the year, 48 Friday nights. That's my usual Friday night gig. And then on this Saturday, I have, I think about once a month, sometimes twice a month, I'm over at the Choctaw VFW in Choctaw, Arkansas, real close to Clinton. So if you're in that area, make sure you get to the Choctaw VFW. Always a good time. Once again, with the Video Dance Party, Karaoke Jam, got the place all lit up. Gigantic dance floor, lots of room. Bring everybody you know. We got lots of room. If you've ever been to a VFW, most of them are pretty big rooms, and this one's no different. It's a big room with lots of dance floor, stage, the microphone. You got lights all set up, full bar, great bartender, pool tables. Come on out, Choctaw VFW. I'm very excited to be there. I like to play for my veterans and their families and their friends. You don't have to be a veteran to be at the VFW, but one thing that you do get at the VFW is stories from the veterans. You get these old veterans and they talk about, those days when they were doing their thing and fighting for their country. And, that's it's a belief. I wish we didn't have to fight. And I'm sure they wish they didn't have to fight, but I'm glad that they're looking out for us. They're policing for us, doing their duty, and it's good to be at the Choctaw VFW on Saturday night. Man, I'm getting all teary eyed. All right, time for some happy time. Let's get into it with Tim Steinruck. I got him on Skype. So if you're listening to the audio version of this, I encourage you to check out the video version on my YouTube page, youtube.com/user/KeysDAN. Skyping Tim Steinruck now.
How you doing, man?
Oh, it's super fantastic. Tim Steinruck in my face once again. Always good to see you, man. We had a great conversation back, what was it, on March. In March, we talked about many
March, yeah.
We talked about many things.
March.
We talked about big records. We talked about the Pearse Media Group. We talked about LegZZ, the tribute band, the ZZ Top tribute band. And of course, we talked about the Mighty One. And we talked a tiny bit at the end about the RiseUPtv show. And I think that's what we're here to talk about today. Tell me what's been going on since March.
Well, let me see. What's been going on since March? Well, it was a very busy summer with touring. I did a number of different tours with the band. Here's the big one. And it was August of this year, went down to Atlanta, Georgia, and was at the International Singer-Songwriter Association Awards. And that was like a really, really, really big deal because I walked away with 3 awards. First time ever anybody has won 3 awards in one show.
Well, it's nice to be recognized. Congratulations on those 3 awards. The accolades are very nice. I mean, we do this because we love it. We do it because we feel the need to. Some people say there's no fallback. Why do I make music? Why do I play music? Why am I in the movies? Why am I a creator? Why do I make art? Because I have to, because I'm compelled to. And you don't do it for the accolades, but it's nice to get recognized, especially by the ISSA. This is a group of people that I've been kind of following around. I think it's pretty much run by one person that was the brainchild, and I can't remember her name, and I'm sure you'll tell me.
That's Ms. Tammany Dove. Yes,
that's
right.
The one.
That's right.
That's the one, Tammany Dove. She came up with this idea, this brainchild of hers to kind of give.
She was actually a dream. It was a dream, Dan. She had a dream. And the dream was that she had this award show and she was helping out independent musicians. Well, I mean, she's an independent musician herself. She had a dream and she made that dream come true.
See, and that's how it's done. You never know where the muse is going to come from. Whether you believe in all that. I've been listening to a podcast on Greek mythology. It's a kids podcast called Greeking Out. And it's really like the broad strokes, but they talk about muses. They talk about gods. They talk about the energies of life and how we all are really. And I know there's other podcasts that I listen to that we're all one energy. We all come from the same place. And Moby said it best.
You're talking my language.
Yeah, Moby said it best. We're all made of stars. I love that song. That we all come from the Big Bang. And I know that, man, you have so many fingers and so many different pots, but the ISSA is a group of independent artists, and it's a place where independent artists recognize independent artists, get to play with other artists, get ideas from other artists. I mean, there's only so many ways that you can put the 12 notes, I guess, 12 chords in order, and you guys figure out somehow how to make them in new and different shapes and different ways just by talking to each other.
It's so true, man. It's so true. Yeah. And that was, what was really cool about that trip is the gang from Big Records all came down. So we had, I'm sure you've interviewed her before, is Rachel Dara. She came down with her dad, and Mark Rosner, of course, came down, who's the CEO of Big Records, and he's the CEO of RiseUPtv. He came down, and there was a big crew from that whole gang came down, and everybody won awards. Mark walked away with Promoter of the Year, and Rachel walked away with a couple of awards. There was I think in total, the Big Records RiseUPtv family walked away with 10 awards from that show. It was the most amazing recognition ever. And we had such a blast in Atlanta. Yeah, it was crazy good, dude.
Well, more than the accolades, more than the awards, more than the physical piece of metal that or certificate that you get in your hands, however the awards are presented.
It's big crystal trophy.
More than that, it's the getting together of the artists that are coming from all the corners of the globe, you know, and all the four corners of this flat Earth. I'm going to get canceled for that one. No, all the all the corners of the globe from all across the from sea to shining sea to shining sea. You're out there from Vancouver, but you all met up in Atlanta, GA, hot Atlanta, and I know that there's a lot of groups that came out of the college towns of Georgia. Was it REM came out of there, and Hootie and the Blowfish, and Atlanta's a hotbed. What is it? Tyler Perry's making movies, and there's all kinds of TV shows coming out of there. I think there might be, all right, going back to that energy that I may or may not believe in. Is there a force in Atlanta, in the area, in Georgia, that is coming out of there, that is bringing people together and musing and energies? When I went to Atlanta, I went to Georgia when I was a little boy, and I went to Stone Mountain, and that's a polarizing place because I think it's Confederate soldiers on horses that they turn into a laser light show. If I remember right, I was a little boy when I went there, but I remember that it was a great old time being in Georgia. I feel like I'm in the Georgia tourist board right now, talking so much about it. But you met up with who was it that you met up with that you had never met before, or who was it that you were looking most forward to seeing, and did you get to play with anybody?
Well, we didn't actually play at the awards, but that's going to change next year, by the way.
It better.
But the person, though, that I was looking forward to meeting the most was obviously Miss Tammany Dove in person. We connected online quite a bit, and I was just so inspired by her story, and so to meet her in person, we got there. There was like a pre-party. I ended up being like the MC of the pre-party, which was just a blast. And then, of course, the event itself, and then the after party, and meeting all of these. We're talking about a membership of 16,000 people from around 16,000 musicians and songwriters from around the world, all getting together. It was just the sweetest thing. And so to really be introduced to that family and to really dive into that family. And now we're going back again next year. Like I said, the Mighty One, my band, is going to be playing there. There's actually there's some really special things going on that I'm not allowed to say anything about, but we're going to build a little tour around it, and it's going to be incredible. Yeah, but you're right. There's an energy in Atlanta that is very special. It's very creative. It's very, very rich in sort of feel and texture and vibration. It really is. Yeah.
Well, Tim, I think on Tammany Dove's part, having all this cross section, I don't think all 16,000 members were there, but certainly a great cross section of musicians and creators, and not have a concert, not have a show as part of it. Oh, no. That was a big miss right there. And you need to divulge all the secrets, because that's going to bring the people next time. Don't worry. It's just you and me. You can whisper in my ear. Go ahead. Tell me what's going to be happening in the next show. I want to know.
Tammany would definitely reprimand me if I gave some stuff away, but I can tell you this. The Mighty One will be there. And the Mighty One has a very special place in the award show. How's that?
Yeah. I mean, I could see you being the MC. I could see you, making it like an award show. You got a lot of front men of a lot of front people of a lot of different bands, and you could take turns taking the mic and giving each other awards. And that's nice about award shows. But I could see where that front person would give away the award and just kind of slide over to another part of the stage and bam, there's your band. How did that happen? Magical. Boom, you play a couple of songs, maybe a new track that's just coming out next week that nobody's ever heard. Oh, you get the sneak peek. Bam, the mighty ones back on top. Love it. Love it. Hey, this is stuff that you're giving the little people like me, the non-musicians, the ones that are the watchers, the spectators, get something special. Now, when you're at this ISSA, and I know we're kind of harping on that a little bit, when you're there, is it only creators that are in the audience and their families maybe, or they're just random people off the street?
I mean, there are people who come simply for the show itself. But yes, I would say the majority are artists that have flown in from around the world to be there for that event and to celebrate with each other. And that's what I really got. I got this amazing family vibe that was going down there, and it just felt really, really good. And I can't wait to get back. Just to let you know, the Mighty One is building a tour around that date. So I'm actually bringing the whole band down. We're going to do a little bit of a tour. I guess I can divulge that it might be possible that I'm going to bring both bands down, that we might actually go down and play some ZZ Top down there too. So I don't know that for sure yet, but I'm working on it. We got time, we got time, and doing something. How's this? I'll give a little bit away. Doing something very special with one of the most prominent people from that organization.
See, now that's nice. That's nice. This was going to be my next question was, did you find any people there that you were going to be able to collaborate with? Because you're developing these relationships. Now, the next thing is, once again, for us little people, is you make more stuff. You put more product out there. And sometimes Tim Steinruck can't do it all by himself. In fact, you can't do it all by yourself. It's nice to have a team, whether it be the Mighty One or the Legs Tribute Band or any other of your projects that are out there. You might find somebody at an award show that you might want to make a song with, or another project. Are you collaborating?
Absolutely. Absolutely. No, that is definitely going on. What else can I say? Oh, I can. This is what I wanted to say. Is that the RiseUPtv, because that's kind of why we're talking today, because we're talking about RiseUPtv, right?
Yeah.
And one of the cool things is one of the shows that we're doing on this RiseUPtv tour, because we're going to Nashville. Okay, we're going to be in Nashville on the 7th of November. Okay, we're playing in Nashville at 3rd and Lindsley. Then we're going to Chattanooga. Then I believe we're going to Duluth, Georgia. So we are going to go to Georgia. And then we've got a couple of shows in North Carolina. So we're coming back to Georgia even before we get back to the ISSAs. We're really excited about this RiseUPtv tour simply because it is probably on the highest profile we've ever seen. So, I mean, we're playing a place in Nashville. It's called 3rd and Lindsley. Very, very, very well-known venue in Nashville, right in the heart of Nashville. And some incredible, I mean, we just got news that John Cowan from the Doobie Brothers is going to be a special guest at the show. And this is something that's happening all over on these shows. We're having special guests show up, super high profile people. I mean, the bands that we've got on this thing are just in the most incredible level, Dan. It's just, I'm really, really, really excited about what's about to happen here. And a very momentous year. But 2024, we're taking it to the next level. The Mighty One is taking it to the next level. RiseUPtv is taking it to the next level. I don't know if you saw it all, but Mark Rosner flew to New York just after the ISSAs. he flew to New York to meet the Prime Minister of Cambodia, who has invited Rise Up TV to Cambodia.
That's right.
It's insane.
You take it everywhere. All the people need to be entertained. Cambodians need some entertainment as well. You know what it is when Americans or North Americans in particular, the Canadians and the USA, we all go all over this planet, and people, we think of them as exotic. We think of people from all over the world having all these different accents and flavors and foods and cultures and the way they dress, and that's very exotic. Well, when we go over there, it's kind of the same to them. Oh, wow, you Americans, cowboy, bang, bang. Canada, yes, hockey and maple syrup and Mounties, moose, bang, yes, yes.
It's strong beer. It's strong beer.
Strong beer. Was it Molson? Is that the thing?
Molson.
Yeah. I don't even drink beer, and I know that. I think it's because of Pamela Anderson, one of your greatest exports.
Uh-huh.
Why? Okay, no. But for people that don't know what Rise Up TV is, I've put the link out the last time that we talked back in March, to the YouTube. Is it strictly a YouTube based web series that you're now moving out into the stage? Tell me more about the Rise Up TV show.
Sure. So the Rise Up TV show, the first few episodes, I believe there's still some stuff to see on YouTube, which was sort of some of the first ones that I was involved in anyway. But now we have actually moved, the new episodes are available at Hived Music. So if you go to hivedmusic.com, I believe there's a bit of a membership. I think it's $10 for the year, but we've got multiple episodes up there. We're just actually working on finishing another one right now. So, what's happening is we are starting to talk to different networks. We're starting to talk to Hulu. We're starting to talk to Crave. We're talking to these television networks, right? We're going to work our way up until we get to Netflix. I know this is going to happen eventually with this show. You know how these things, they progress and they grow, just like a band does, so does a show. And so right now people can see new episodes up at hivedmusic.com. If you go there and just simply click Rise Up TV into the search bar, it'll come up for you. So we're excited about that. We're excited about getting into the actual television network. And we're super excited about going and traveling the rest of the world. We're talking about Cambodia. And of course, with Cambodia is tied in, is kind of Thailand is in there too. So Cambodia, Thailand, and we've also been invited to Papua New Guinea. Do you know where Papua New Guinea is, Dan?
I could not point it out on a map, but it's somewhere in the South Pacific, I'm guessing. That's what I'm guessing. But let me go.
It's just above New Zealand.
Well, yeah, exactly. Somewhere in the Pacific. Now, let me go back to you making a television show. This is you're giving people gems, because it's really hard to get a television show made. People think, with the movies made or television, these kids today will never know the struggles that we had, with the video, with a phone that can do everything that a film camera used to be able to do. But when we're trying to put television together, back in the 80s, that's back in the 1900s for you kids, we had cable access, maybe, but you would have to take a video recorder, make some kind of a demo type of a show, and then shop it around to the local TV stations. Hopefully one of them would buy it. And then if it caught some traction at the local TV station, then maybe the network would buy it. Then maybe it would go global. It's hard work doing what you do. Now with the YouTube, it might be a little easier to put it out to the world, but to monetize it, to have somebody buy it, YouTube, just like like every other company, they make money. They're there to make money. They want to keep that money to themselves. if you are a creator that is showing that you are, you have lots and lots of followers, yes, they'll break off a piece of that cash for you, YouTube and some of the other, the Instagrams and TikToks and all the other social media. If you get a certain amount of followers, if you're putting out that content that people want, they'll break off a little piece for you. But it's hard. And you've taken and made your own website to put it out on your own. And that $10 a year, even if it's more, even if it's less, it's just a little bit to ask for the hard work that you've been putting, not just you, but all you and your cohorts have been putting on a show. We're putting on a show. People don't expect to go to a show for free, right?
I mean, this is the thing, Dan, is that any of the money that comes in at Hive Music, it gets distributed out to the artists. Okay, it's shared with the artists. Okay, so without artists coming on these tours, we don't have a tour. So they need to be rewarded for that, and so this is more of a partnership than it is a how shall I say, a television enterprise.
Right. And you're taking the show on the road, which is great. It seems like that's where the creator is making their money. Take it to the stage, go out there, meet the people, press the flesh, maybe sell some merchandise, maybe a little hat that has the Mighty One on it, Tim Steinruck's face there. Hey, how you doing? There he is. It's so difficult now that you're not selling millions of records. You're not selling CDs. My local store is not selling. As of next year, they're not going to sell DVDs or Blu-rays anymore. Everything's streaming.
That's right.
So people are expecting not just the movies for free, but the music for free as well, and all the content. These kids today, they all want the content for free. And yeah, I would love to have everything for free, but I know it costs money. And the only money that I don't make money on this. I make money on the shows that I do when I go out on the road, when I'm at the Rab on Friday night, when I'm at the Choctaw VFW on Saturday night. Shameless plug. Shameless plug. When I'm out on the, doing a wedding or something like that. That's when I'm making the cash. And do you find that you have other revenue sources, or is going out on the road, is that the way to go? The place to be? Is that where you get your cash?
I mean, for sure, with my musical projects, that is where the money is being made, and opportunities like RiseUPtv and such are opportunities to basically promote what I'm doing, right? And again, these things lead to the next thing. The next thing is the ISSAs, and then the next thing is a tour. I mean, that's why I consider myself a creative entrepreneur, Dan. Okay. And that's why I've got so many multiple projects going at the same time. I mean, you're the same way. You just talked about 4 or 5 different things that you're doing. I mean, I think that's as creators, that's what we need to do, is we need to be creative entrepreneurs, always creating something new. And that's why I'm involved in so many different things. I just want to say that I just launched the new LegZZ, the ZZ Top Tribute Band website. So if people go to www.zztoptributeband.com, you can see the new website there. And since I launched that, I think I launched that on Friday or Saturday, my phone has been ringing off the hook. I know that we are going to be, that is a really potentially valuable and monetizing situation. I love ZZ Top. I love what they do, and we've got a show like you would not believe. And we're looking forward to bringing that all across North America, actually around the world. I'm getting calls from around the world, Dan, on that one. So I'm really excited. I have to say, with RiseUPtv, I think the most beautiful thing about this show is the capturing of the experience that people are having while they go on tour. So what is your reason to tour? Your reason to tour is, yes, you want to make it sustainable. Yes, you want to go and promote yourself. And you'll probably have to invest, like we invest money, obviously, to do these Rise Up tours, and they're not free. But it's about generating the content and sharing that experience with others, okay? And so the way that people can really support us is to come to Hived Music, put Rise Up TV into the search bar, go and check it out. Please sign up. For a year, you can watch as many episodes as you want. There's so many more on the way. A tour to Europe from last year. We did the east coast of Canada. We did the west coast of Vancouver. We did Alberta. We did Ontario. We did Atlantic City in New York area. And like I said, all these other things now, all these other locations that we're talking about doing now. So there's going to be so much content. So that is the way that you can support us to continue to share these experiences that we're having with you.
It's so good that we're talking about this. It's so scary to go and try something new, to start something new, to try to build something new. You could very easily stay with the LegZZ tribute band and do weddings in and around the Vancouver area, do corporate events and do, maybe clubs and bars and that kind of a thing, just in the local area local to your house. You don't have to tour. That could probably sustain you pretty well. You could probably make a living doing that, but to stick your neck out and to really go, the fortune favors the bold, to go out into the world to try to make, your fortune, like a pirate used to plunder, like a sailor used to sail and go, find. Yeah, exactly. To find his fortune, an adventurer. You could easily stay home because you told me before that LegZZ was the thing that sustains you. It makes pretty good money. The Mighty One makes pretty good money. You could, if you're booked on a show, yeah, you can make a couple bucks there, But to get on the Rise Up TV, how many people are involved in the Rise Up TV?
Oh man, what do we got now? Holy cow!
Well, who is it?
We basically we've got so let's start at the top. We've got Mark Rosner, who is basically the executive producer of Rise Up TV. And then we have Jimmy Allen Sign, and he's the director of the show. Okay. Then there's Lisa Sanders. She's the tour manager. Okay. And then there's myself, and I'm sort of the host and the co-director, co-producer of the. But we also have, we have a great editor. You need to have a great editor to have a great show. So we have Mr. Jim Cranfeld. He does the editing, and we have multiple different videographers that we try to place one on every continent. And this time, Mr. Eric Montrose is coming out with us again. He was on the USA tour the last time. The New York City tour, Atlantic City, I should say. So he's coming out. He's meeting us in Nashville. So he's coming out this time. That's kind of the core group, but everybody at Big Records and all of the artists at Big Records right now are the ones who are really making sure that there's going to be butts in the seats at these venues that we're going to. Okay. And another person that I don't want to forget about is Mr. Don Pearse, because I think I might have told you that I'm involved with, I'm president of the Pearse Media Group, and we've got a couple radio stations and a magazine. And Don has been doing all of the promotions and marketing for this show also. So he actually is probably going to fly down to Nashville and meet us there. So, I mean, it takes a family, it takes a village, as they say. But I just want to also give a shout out to all of the artists at Big Records, because so many of them are supporting us in such a huge way right now to make sure this thing's a success.
Yeah, I was cheating because I had the interview from last time from March, and I was looking at all the links that I had, because I save everything because I'm a kind of a digital pack rat. But thankfully I did, and I already had your ZZ Top tribute band linked the last time that we talked. But I just took a look at the website. Well done, well made.
Thank you.
It looks real pretty.
Thank you.
The RiseUPtv website looks real pretty. I might not have the Pearse. I had the DonPearseStudios.com.
Yeah, so if you go to PearseMediaNetwork.com is where you want to go.
Okay, I'm going to change that right now. PearseMediaNetwork.com. And man, you are doing so many things. Even if you only have Tim Steinruck's Facebook page, if you happen to be one of the fortunate few that get to be his Facebook friend, he's got Begin Street Studios, Pearse Media Group, Big Records, RiseUPtv, Integra Protocol Coach, Shoecore. You're a bassist at Shoecore.
Yeah, the band called Shoecore. Yeah,
Shoecore. Okay, it's spelled SHOCORE. I could have gone either way on that one. I know there's no E, so Shoecore. There's no W either, yes. But that's fine. Accelerated Evolution, Warrior Sage. Oh my goodness, man. SW Event Technology, Rigid Services, BEAR. The list goes on. And okay, there's only a couple more. 26/8 Music Publishing, and of course the mighty one. But you're in it, man. You're in it. It's a big hustle. I've told people so many times on this podcast and off this podcast. Hey, you're a DJ. That must be fun. You must make a lot of money. The money can be good, but the work's not steady, and it's always a hustle. Always a hustle. And It's good that you have a videographer and a photographer in the different zones wherever you are, because once you're on that stage, you're doing that show. You're giving it your all. Whatever band you're playing with, you are giving it your all. But if you had a videographer and a photographer to post stuff online, that could help you get your next show. Because once again, it's a hustle, man. So big ups to the photographers and the videographers that document, and the people that work in the media, the reporters that show up to the shows to interview you, and they put their stuff out, and maybe that gives Tim Steinruck a couple more listeners. Who is that?
That's right. A couple more followers. We got to build that social media profile. I just want to say one thing about RiseUPtv. It is not just that is only a part. That is only a part of things.
It's not just what. It's not just what.
It's not just the live shows.
Got it.
That's just a part of things. What happens behind the scenes? The struggles to make the shows happen, the struggles to get the bus from gig to gig, the struggles to find a few hours sleep in between the shows, the struggles to maybe, get equipment that didn't show up and was supposed to show up. On this particular tour, we're going a couple days early, and we've actually rented a rehearsal hall because we've got sort of one core band, like we got a backup band that is playing all of the band's music. So we actually have a 1-day, 12-hour rehearsal to actually choreograph and time code the entire show, because these are not, this is not Bob's Chicken Wing joint we're playing at. We're talking about some very, very high profile shows. And so we actually, two of the artists that are coming on board, Bruce Coughlin and Nolan Murray, they play in a number of different bands, and they're very sought after musicians in North America for studio and live. Those guys are both coming out, and Nolan Murray. This is the first time ever in a tour that we've actually had a music supervisor he's been collecting all of the songs. He's working from afar with this house band, as it were, that they learn all the material. He is choreographing the show, and we are going to rehearse the show and have it ready in 24 hours before the first show happens in Nashville. This thing will be ready to go. It's going to be amazing.
Tim Steinruck, you're letting my loyal listener know how the sausage is made. They don't want to know nothing about the bus broke down, the crew didn't get any sleep, the camera broke, the microphone fell into the toilet. No, they don't want to know any of that stuff. They want to see that nice polished product once it gets up on stage, all the pyrotechnics, all the lights, all the sound. It all sounds absolutely perfect. And you made it look so easy. So it has to be easy to put on a show. There's no way that a speaker could have blown, that an amp could have malfunctioned, that a piece of equipment caught on fire. No, there's no way that happened. No, everything was polished. Everything was perfect. The angels came down from heaven and put that equipment in place where it was supposed to be. It was always there. You didn't need a stage hand.
No, not in this show, my friend. In this show, it is all of the warts. It is all of the challenges, but it's also all of the wins. It's all of the amazing things that happen also. But this is, in many ways, it's reality television. Yeah. And I think that's what the viewer is really going to enjoy about this show.
Well, personally, I know what I like when I get to when I'm doing a show of my own. I like to get there before anybody shows up to have everything set up. And sometimes that's not in the cards. I want to have my equipment, my PA system, my turntables, my computer, all the lights set up, the television screens for music videos, everything set up before the first person walks in the door. That way, when they walk in, it's like magic. Wow, this has always been here. Is the band, do they live here? Do they live on the stage? Have they always been here? No, you didn't know. Like 3 hours ago, Tim Steinruck was brushing his teeth, getting his beard all fixed up for you, getting his clothes picked out. He wasn't on that stage. It's
maybe he was in the bathroom because he got food poisoning from the crappy street food that he ate just before he got to the gig, and he's got to pull himself together so he doesn't barf on himself before he gets up on stage.
I know a lot of comedians do that. They have a trope where look, we do shows, they're 4 hours, 6 hours long. A band will play 40 minutes, maybe have a 20-minute break, sometimes 50 minutes, maybe a 10-minute break. A DJ will play 6 hours straight. I know I do that. And do I get to go to the bathroom? Well, thankfully, there's a little bathroom right there next to the stage that I can kind of sneak off to while I put a long playing record on. But, that's tough to do when you're in the middle of a song and Mother Nature calls. But I know a lot of comedians, while they're up on stage, they go, well, I was down in Houston, Texas, and I think I almost crapped my pants, something like that. And that's kind of a trope for comedy. But, it's tough, man. We're human, and we're trying to be above human. That people expect us to be superhuman. And Tim Steinruck, I think you are a little superhuman. You do too many things to be just a regular mortal, a mere mortal.
Well, I am just a mere mortal, but I enjoy every part of what I do, and it was, thank you very much for reading through my Facebook page there, because one of the things that we didn't talk about, I know we talked about last time, but once again, I am very passionate about helping people. Okay. And I'm very passionate about helping people find success. As I find my success, I want to help others find their success too. And this thing called life is it's a crazy ride, but I love every part of it. And I go on the ride, and then I go to the back of the line, and I step back up, and I do it again and again and again and again. It's what I live for. And by the grace of God, I get to continue doing it, and I will do it until the day I die.
Tim, I was just listening yesterday to a little snippet of an interview with Arnold Schwarzenegger, and you didn't know Schwarzenegger was going to end up on this podcast, but he is. And he was the interviewer was talking and asking him, do you have a backup plan? Have you ever had a backup plan? And I think he said having a backup plan means you're not betting on yourself. That means that you are letting yourself down. If you have a dream, if you have a goal, go to it. And once you get to a certain level, to climb on, to piggyback on what you were saying, Tim, is once you get to a certain level, you start dragging people up with you. Come on, get up that ladder, get up that hill. Come on, we can do it together. And that's what you're supposed to be doing. I know when I was first starting out in my teens and my 20s, I wasn't hurting anybody, but I don't think I was helping as many people as I probably could have. But now that I'm in my 50s, you want to learn how to DJ? Come stand behind the board here. You want to learn what kind of equipment do you need for podcasting? Yeah, I got that for you. Oh, you want to start your own radio station? Yeah. I'll help you with that. I'm happy to teach whatever I've learned, whatever small thing that I've learned. And I think that you are alike in that way, Tim. You're teaching people.
I am, and bless you, Dan, for what you do and the way that you mentor people. It's right in alignment with how I feel about things. I'm looking outside right now. There's a deck on my house. Underneath that deck used to be a double car garage, is now a recording studio. And I'm just thinking about this year, how many amazing and talented young new artists have recorded their very first song here. And I helped to take what they had in an acoustic guitar and a vocal, and suddenly build this production around it. And to see their eyes after that, and then see it released through big records, and then and see them as they start to their growth starts to happen, and then we take them out on tour with RiseUPtv, and they have the touring experience, and the next thing you're sending them on their way, and I think that's what we're here to do. We're here to mentor. We're here to inspire, but we're also here to make our own dreams come true.
That is super fantastic. Bringing a little tear to my eye. You mentioned your deck out on the out in the front there. Okay, I was on the road all day long today, and my wife never listens to these, so I'm kind of just putting this out into the universe. When I came home, my wife was pressure washing my deck out front. This is a 10 by 12 deck, and she was out there with a pressure washer cleaning that up. And I went, that's my wife doing that hard labor. And she said her hands hurt. And I commend her. So I'm just putting that into the universe. She probably will never see me or hear me saying this. But, I've said it to her already. But I wanted to say that since you mentioned your deck out front, I'm so excited. Man, you got the deck. You got the people that are recording. Are you still recording people at your place, Tim?
I am. That's what I was just saying. I was just thinking about this year who I've helped record their first song.
Well, who was it? Give me some shout outs. We're winding this thing down.
I mean, one of them that sticks out to me is Miss Ashley Hatala. I don't know if you've had her on your show yet.
Nope.
But if you haven't, you should have her. You should have her on. She's an amazing artist. She's like a very young Taylor Swift. Incredible artist. And then the other one that sticks out to me is actually an artist who is in his late 50s. And yes, he's put out stuff, but he came out and he said, hey, can I come and hang out with you? he lives in Ontario, and of course I'm in British Columbia, which is the other side of Canada.
Yeah.
And he said, "Hey, can I come and hang out with you for a few days and just hang out and just see what you do and stuff." And we ended up completely writing this amazing. I just said after dinner one night, I said, "Hey, let's go into the studio. I've got 2 hours, and give me a name, give me a title of the song." And he did, and we wrote the song. I got him to sing it, did the production for it, mixed it, mastered it. 2 hours, that baby was done, and it was incredible. And he sees his career now in a completely different way because of that experience.
Hey,
and so what I'm trying to get at is making sure these things are transformative experiences.
You know what I wonder, since he's an East Coast guy and you're a West Coast guy, is the same in respect to the East Coast, West Coast? All right, and I know this is a broad stroke. Like the East Coast is a little more uptight, a little more prim and proper, and the farther west you go, the more laid back you go until you get all the way out to the ocean. Is it like that up in Canada?
Sure. I mean, if you want to take the difference between the vibe of New York and the vibe of LA, that between Toronto and Vancouver is very much the same thing.
All right. Well, I know I just talked about my lady, and your lady just came in the door. I think we need to shut this thing down and put it to bed for now, as I know you're going to come back as time progresses. You've given some shout outs. We know Rise Up TV, riseup.buzz is the place to be to go find your Rise Up TV. I know that it says your events, your artists, your partners, contact, all the social medias on there. All the links are in my show notes. I got you, Tim Steinruck. And I'm so excited that we got a chance to talk, and I get to see your beautiful face in front of me. And I said beautiful, honey. I did. I said it. I don't know if she can hear me.
Well, I so appreciate you, Dan. So grateful for you and everything that you do to help promote all of these different projects that I've got, that I'm involved in. The big, the Rise Up TV, the Rise Up TV production. And I look forward to talking to you again. Thank you so much for reaching out to me, and thank you for taking the time with me today. I'm looking forward to seeing you again and sharing this episode.
No sweat, man. No sweat. Hey, any other last minute shout outs before we get up out of here?
Yeah, I mean, the one artist that I was just talking about who had the transformative experience that took the chance and came all the way out here, his name was Dusty Marcus, okay? And Dusty's actually been in a number of the Rise Up TV episodes, so I definitely want to give a shout out to him. He's got this song that we co-created together is going to be coming out in the new year, and I'm super excited about that. But I just want to give a shout out to anybody who's in Nashville or Chattanooga or Duluth or anywhere out in that area. Look for Rise Up TV. Come on out. I'd love to meet you in person. Look forward to it, and I look forward to entertaining you, and I look forward to entertaining everybody else with these amazing episodes that are coming out, these experiences of touring madness.
Man, you just gave a shout out to millions of people all over this country. So I'm stoked, man. Hopefully they all show up at the show, and hopefully we have enough seats. And if we don't have enough seats, we'll bust the walls out. Put some more chairs out. Right. Get some folding chairs.
We'll get you all up on stage with us.
Hey, don't even joke about that, because they will get all up on stage with you. All right, my man. I always finish these things off with last words for the people. This could be words to live by, something you heard a long time ago, a mantra you wake up with this every day, or maybe whatever pops into your head at this moment in time. Tim Steinruck, give it the last words for the people.
Last words for the people. What's needed in the world right now is empathy kindness, and a gratitude for being alive. If we can have those three things, anything is possible.
Well, there you have it, party people. Tim Steinruck. Oh, my goodness. Rise Up TV. Hey, that's what. Okay, look, he has the Pearse Media Group. He's got the Legs tribute band, the ZZ Top band. That's Legs with two Z's, LegZZ. And it's ZZTopTributeBand.com. The Mighty One, rocks. And then the Rise Up TV is riseup.buzz. And all the links are in the show notes. So if you're listening and just look in the notes, and you'll see all the various links. And then I put a bunch of their social media and their YouTube links as well. A lot of these things have YouTube links. So check out their wares. And if you're anywhere in the area, go see a show. Go see a show featuring Tim Steinruck. And he's not only the front man, sometimes he's the bassist for Showcore. So he doesn't always have to be in the front, although he's pretty good out in the front. Tim, you're pretty good out in the front. I can see why they want to make you the MC, because you got the gift of gab. And yes, you do. Yes, you do. I know, you do. I'm not even fighting with you. You're not even fighting with me. You know you have the gift of gab. All right, Tim Steinruck, thanks so much for being on the What Makes You Famous podcast. That's it for this edition of What Makes You Famous. Now, if you would like to tell your story, I encourage you to give me a call, 501-470-6386, or email keysdan@aol.com. That's it for me. It's KeysDAN, RadioWhat.com, DJLittleRock.com. Peace. I'm out of here.